So, and here we are back with Alice Moon. She has drawn an omen. We are at Main Street. And it's an omen of doom, so she needs to play it because that's the only that's the only omen she has. And evaluate trash the highest mind die. That's not good because her mind is her biggest asset. And it's a grey malkin. That's a gift. So we are going to use sense and body, and she's going to try and entice this cat to, because she finds the cat on the main street, and she's going to it's deathless, so it actually means it can't die. And we rolled a 10, which is enough to entice that grey malkin to follow us. But since it's a gift and we are at the doom side of Main Street, she has to recycle it. She can't put it in her hand, but that's fine. She has no more omens, so she can't continue exploring. So she's going to draw up to 6 cards, but then she's going to do what she does best, and that is to investigate what's up ahead. So she's going to scout a runic blade and a Gallic sword shot. Okay. Next up is Gabriela Vargas. She has 2 cards in her hand, and she draws an omen of hope. So first of all, she is going to play the omen of hope. Flip your nexus to hope and investigate it. In assemble versus a threat, add 1 bonus die. Unfortunately, it's not a threat. So she is going to try and get this runic blade. 3 for rage, 1 for strike, and she's going to discard the Jekyll formula to get 1 additional rage die. And we're looking for an 11. And that's 8, 11, exactly. So she gets the runic blade, and that's all she can do. Oh, she would have been able to get a bonus die from the Nexus Main Street on hope, but, you know, that's fine. We made it without it. So now she needs to draw up to 5 cards. She has no more omens, and she ends her turn. Next up is Ruby Doomsday. She has an omen of doom. Recycle 1 random card, then flip your nexus to doom. She draws from the omen deck. Flip your nexus to hope and investigate it. And assemble using soul, add 1 bonus die. Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. We know that we're going to be encountering a gift. So we get 1 bonus die because it's a gift. We're going to use rage for this one, and we're going to use strike. So we have 5 dice, and we're looking for an 8. And we get 15, which is good enough, or more than good enough. It's almost double what we needed. And then we're going to play Omen of Doom, which means we need to recycle a random card. So let's shuffle. We just draw 1 card. Any card will do. And then we investigate, and it's minion number 3, so that's the EMT. Sorry, we need to switch over to the doom side of things. And this is the EMT. First of all, she needs to pass a mind sense check, so she gets 5 dice for this because her sense is 2. Sorry, she gets 4 dice for this. And she gets a 12. That's not a problem. And now we're going to put together the dice pool. And we're going to go with body. So 2 for sense, 4 for body. She's going to invite Sue Ellen to help her muscle her way in there. And we are looking for, yeah, she has something with Um, Four, 8, 11. We're looking for 15. Okay, so first of all, we are going to we're going to use the runic blade. Reroll one die. I'm going to reroll this die, and we rolled a 2. That was good. We upgrade one die, so we're going to upgrade this one to a 5. We're going to downgrade one die, and then we're going to flip this die. So it's 11, 15, which is enough to get this EMT out of the way. This is a really good card because it gets recycled. We will hold on to this one for sure. So the EMT goes away. And we could now close this, seal it. But instead, yeah, we're just going to play this Omen. And it's a Siren Song. And it's resist, which it doesn't have. It would be, yeah, well, she's going to use body, 2, 4. We're looking for 15. No, we're actually going to do this differently. First of all, we're going to play the trauma kit. We're going to sacrifice it and get and heal 3. Let's see if somebody else. Has anything they want to play? I think this is how this is. These are her cards. No, these are... Okay, now I'm mixed up. So she's got this one, definitely. She's got this one for sure. So, okay. Okay. She has nothing to help her. Well, she'll be using rage. Assemble using rage. Sacrifice. Add +4. Oh, she needs to sacrifice 1 card. Yeah, she's going to sacrifice the switchblade. So she's going to do this, and she adds +4 automatically to this roll. So we're just going to put a 4 here. And then she's going to sacrifice the switchblade. And And what was that? Was that strike? No, it was, yeah, it's strike. So she also gets +1. So we have 4 dice. We have a +4 already. And we're looking for 15. Okay, so that's 9. That's 10. 14. So we are going to recycle this card to lower the cost, or to add +1. So we are at 15. So that's 10, 14, plus help from Gabrielle. So this goes away. We get to examine 1. It's going to take a peek at the top card of the bar. And it is an omen. And this nexus gets closed and sealed, but we can't sacrifice it. And everybody moves to the bar. And that's where we end it. And now we need to rush because we are running out of omens fast. So she draws 2 cards. And now we need to be quick. Alice Moon draws an Omen of Hope. We know this. Evaluate using Mutated Rage. Add 1 to the number of dice you may roll. Okay. And in Assemble versus a Gift, add 1 bonus die. She draws a... Okay, so that's a Grifter. And it's sold 1, 2, 3. And Charm 1. And 1 bonus die for this being a gift. And we're looking for 10. She has 16. It's good enough. She'll investigate straight away again. And she gains a Vector. It says here that if you have the Righteous Anger, you get +1 bonus die when assembling versus a threat, which she is. And then she can use Study, where she has 2 bonus dice. And she's going to use Mind. So we're looking for 13. So we're going to reroll this one. So we have 14 easily. So this one is done. And we can't investigate anymore. So she draws 1 more die. It's a Wolfram Cube. She needs to give this one to Gabriella because she's not able to use Hack. Okay. Gabriella draws 1 card. She only has 1. Flip your Nexus to 2 and investigate it. In damage first, bury 1 card. It's an Omen. Good. It's minion number 4. Okay, minion number 4 is again an EMT. What do we need to choose? 1 body, resist 14, or win versus a new threat? Okay, yeah, we need to seal this one. We need to move on. Okay, so it's first of all she needs to pass a mind sense test, and she does. So now we need to see. Oh dearie me, it's got resist +1. It's mind 3. We're going to mutate. It's a 2. So that's swarming, super. And we rolled a 2. Terminate a sainted. Each nexus must confront a copy of this thread. Okay, super. And we're going to help ourselves with this. No, we're actually going to use Alice Moon. She's going to help. Assemble versus a mutated card. Recycle to add 1 body die. And she could use them on Rianne's cell. Okay, so we're looking for 14. We can re-roll 4 dice. And we have 14 exactly. So that's very well done. But now somebody else needs to confront this. And this someone is going to be Alice Moon. She gets 4 dice. Oh, well, first of all, she has to pass the mind sense check. And she does with 12. Then she's going to assemble her... She has study for 2, and she has 4 mind. And she is going to... We're not going to do anything else. And that was a 17. So this is now done as well. So what we now need to do is we need to either pass a body resist 14 or win versus a new threat. We're going to choose a separate threat for this. I'll just draw one out of the box, and it's that which follows. Super. And we're going to give this one to her. And we're looking for 12, and she has 15. That which follows then goes into the other nexus, but it means we have sealed this one, and it is gone. So the cards go away, and we all move on to the last one, which is the hospital. And that was Gabriella. She draws up to her hand size of 5 cards. And next up is Ruby. She draws 1 omen. She has 9 in her hand, so she just does this. Sacrifice. Flip your nexus to hope and examine 1. Then you may investigate it. It is that which follows. Okay, we're going to take this out. Yeah, we're going to use this to add to our soul. She has sense 2. And yeah. Anything from here? No. Looking for 13, 11, 14, That's enough. So there is no other nexus anymore. So this card finally goes away. So she can't follow us anymore. And we have no more omens. So we draw up to... We've got a Wolfram Cube and a Mondrian Cell. Next up is Alice Moon. She draws one omen from the clock. In confront, decrease your damage to 0. Something familiar. Okay, so first of all we're going to try and get this. So it's Charm, Soul, and we're going to use the Grifter to give us one more die. And we are... looking for a 9. 9, 13, done. Goes into our hand. We can't really do anything else, so we draw up to our card. Oh, we've got another omen, that's good. Next up is Miss Vargas. Draws a card. Oh, she's going to look up at the top 2 cards, and it's Red Shoes and Omen. So we're going to do this. She could have healed a body gift. She doesn't have one in her. No, she doesn't. Okay. So we're going to go for the Red Shoes. And we're going to, first of all, assemble our dice pool. It's 3 plus resist. And we're looking for 10. Oops. 5, 9, 12. Okay, so we get this, and then we play this. It's an Omen of Hope. Take it into our hand, and then we play this. It's That Which Follows. It's not a gift, so this doesn't apply. We're going to use Mind. 3. We're going to use... We don't have Sense. We're going to play the Halligan bar, and it allows us to add 1 body or rage die. And we've got to play tech support, not as it was intended, and we're going to add 1 more mind die. We're looking for 12, and we get 13. That's enough. That Which Follows cannot go anywhere else because we're at the last nexus, so she's going away. Then we're going to play the Magic Mason Jar, which allows us to look at the top card, and it's a gift. Why is this important? Because we have something that will help us against gifts, or with gifts. We get to add 1 bonus die. It's Body, so we get 1, 2, 3. It's Resist, 1 more. And we're going to use the Red Shoes and add 1 more die. And we get 10, 15, which is exactly what we needed. So the business suit is now ours. And then we're going to play 1 more Omen, and it is Bones. And for this we have Body. And it's 12, and that's enough. And that's all we can do. We draw up to 5. The cards go away. Next up is Ruby. She draws from the clock. We now need to run. Oh, she could have healed 1 body gift. So she has 2 body gifts, so we're going to randomly take 1 of those. And we're going to heal it. And we flip this, and we draw the card, and it's stash. Okay, we are going to use body and sense. And we have 13, which is enough, because we were looking for 12. So we can now draw one gift from each type. 2, 3, 4. And we can keep one. We've got a street sweeper. Assemble versus a threat. Slot while slotted. Assemble versus a threat. Add 1 rage die and discard this gift. Soul Steal, no. No. Oh, I've never seen this one before. Psychic Surgeon. Support Berry. Heal 1 die of body and or soul gifts. Whoa. Or the Street Sweeper. This one would be best in Alice's hands. And it is very expensive to acquire. We're going to take this one. This was a lucky find. Very lucky. We're not going to put the other ones into the Nexus, not because they're not interesting, although they aren't, but also because we're running out of time. So stash goes away. So this is a guy really like, you know, a fence. I think he's a fence. We've got 6 cards now, and we need to recycle 1. And next up is Alice. Alice draws from the Omen deck. We're running out of Omens now, fast. So, oh, she suffers 1 body damage. Okay, so in this case, she just discards 1 card and she keeps the others. Okay. No, end. Yeah, no, okay. So, next is an evaluate versus a threat. Trash the highest die. We're going to risk it. And of course it is a threat. So we're going to use Soul. 3, 1 for Charm. Boost Soul. Anyone else help? Yes, we can. Okay. Okay, first of all, we have to trash the highest die. Okay, well, first of all, we are going to play Madame Ruse's Elixir. Evaluate when charming or using soul, which she is. She's doing both, actually. And then she can sacrifice this to flip 1 die. So this is sacrifice, and we flip this to a 5. And then we trash 1 die, this one. So we're at 9, 13, which is enough. And the glad handers go away. We're going to play another Omen of Doom. Body, suffer 1 body or rage damage. We're going to suffer damage reload. Decrease your body or rage damage by 3. If damage is not decreased to 0, it is sacrifice this gift, or we reload this because we're suffering damage. So draw this card, and it is the minion number 5. First of all, we have to do a sense check. Mind, sense. So she gets 4 dice for this. And she rolls 10, 12. That's enough. And then we're going to try and take this out with 4 mind and 2 for study. And yeah, what do we need to do to... Okay, so we roll this. And we rolled a 13, which is not enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the Mondrian cell and roll 1 die. And it's an even number. So we decrease the target value by 2. So the Mondrian cell is kind of like a pattern. And Ruby has something in her hands, like, you know, she's got some kind of, you know, necklace, and there's a pendant on it, and it's a Mondrian cell, and the guys look at it and they're kind of blinded, so they it's like they're in a trance when Alice tries to persuade them using her superior mind to get them out of the way, and they succeed. So they are, and it's actually quite difficult to tell a story there. So we have done this, and we can now try and close this, and in order to do so we need to discard 1 body gift, and Alice is going to discard this, and this nexus is also now closed, and the runners are still safe, but they're still very far behind, so we've cleared the way for them. And that is the end of this particular adventure. So now we need to look at our rewards. First of all, we're going to look at the different fragments. The visions. Fleeting fragment. You're having a psychotic break. It happens to freshmen sometimes. Hallucinations, anxiety. If your B- in Psych 110 taught you anything, it's that these things happen. But the woman at the counseling center just kept vomiting blood and bees. You called 911, but when the EMTs arrived, they had black eyes and needle teeth. You hid from them and ran. You've been running and hiding ever since. Support, sacrifice, recycle any number of cards, then reset your hand. In support, you can sacrifice this, that the current player recycles any number of cards and then they reset their hand. And then they just keep playing, apparently. They don't have to go to end. That's an interesting one, and let's draw 3 more. If we're going to take this one, we're going to give it to Alice, because Alice is probably the only one who went to college. We have the wind. You were most at peace standing at the edge of the rocky cliff, looking out at the rough waves of the sea. The wind would circle around you, tangling your hair and pushing you slightly off balance. You loved the beautiful and urgent way it whispered in your ears, "Jump, jump." Support, sacrifice, examine 1 from the bottom of any nexus, then they may shuffle that nexus. Okay. The flood. A second ago there wasn't a cloud in the sky, but now thousands of droplets rain down upon you as you open your umbrella to shield yourself from the storm. You scream in surprise, and then the falling spiders begin crawling down your throat. You know that someone normal would want it to stop. Trash 1 mutation die. We're certainly going to hold on to this one. And I think, yeah, this is probably going to go to Ruby. And the last one is the cat door. You have 4 cats. They go out that cat door together, and you hear it swing. Thwap, 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 thwap. They come in through the cat door together, and you hear it swing. Thwap, 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 thwap. You have 4 cats. You don't know what that is. Support, sacrifice, examine 1, then they may shuffle that nexus. Okay. We have a lot of... Yeah, we're going to take these, and we're going to leave this one, this shuffle, the nexus one in there. I've never felt the need to reset my hand, but it might come in handy later, because actually Ruby can do this at the end of her turn. She can go and take her hand, reset it completely, and then shuffle the nexus. She must shuffle the nexus then. So yeah. Okay, so who gets what? These go away. The cat door. No, I actually think that Ruby is a left uni because of the vomiting person. Alice has a home, so she has cats, and the flood with the spiders, that is Gabriella. Okay, just gonna put them in. And then we're going to clean up and get ready for another game, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.